morning guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now this morning I am going to attempt to do a full tour of Woburn Center Parcs. It is very early, it's quite chilly, hence why my hood is up. But because it is so early, I'm not sure how much is going to be open, but I will be showing you where everything is. I mean, some doors will be open and stuff, but stuff like activities and the restaurants and stuff obviously aren't going to be open. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do this morning. I'm currently in the main car park. This is the car park you come to drop your car off once you've unloaded at your lodge. And also if you get to Woburn Center Parcs before the 4 p.m. on your day of arrival, then you have to wait in this car park. You can get out and go do some activities or walk around, have some food, etc. But this is where you'll start, and this is where you leave your car for your trip. So I'm going to exit out of the car park and start this tour. So let's go. As I'm leaving the car park, I will say there are plenty of signposts, plenty of directions, and plenty of maps around Center Parcs, so you cannot get lost. But there are all the areas for your lodges. And here's the roundabout I was talking about. Now, if you was going to your lodge, unless you're a few down there, you will be turning right, and that's where we will be heading first. But I just want to show you what's around here to the left, because there is a path which is like a main walkway from the car park to lodges and the plaza area. I'm not going to show you all the plaza straight away, but I'm just going to show you where it heads to. So here's our first sign. The plaza, waterfront, village square, etc, etc, is down this way. There is a little path just to my right, which I'm not going to go down just yet because that leads to the plaza. But that is the main walkway from the car park to most lodges. And if you go straight up there, where them people are, that is where the spa is. So if you're coming just for the spa, that's where you'll drive in and drive up to. But just there, where the zebra crossing goes across, that is the path. I'll quickly walk down there now and show you, and then turn back on myself. So I'm down at the bottom of the path that I was talking about, and this is where the plaza is. Right there is the sports cafe. You've got big child's play area, and over there in the corner is the park market. Now, I'm not going to show you the plaza area just yet. I'm going to head on back up towards the car park and go right. What I'm going to do is go towards the cycle centre first, and then round towards the village square, and then we'll walk along back down to the plaza. But I just thought I'd show you where this path comes out to, because this is one of the main paths where people walk from the car park to their lodges. When you do leave, you can post your wristbands there. That is the car park again. These wristbands are to get into your lodge and also your lockers at the swimming pool. But now I've turned right at the roundabout. I'm going to head down to the cycle centre. About 100 yards along that path, we are at the cycle centre. Also, straight on at this roundabout is the outdoor activity centre up that hill right there. But this here is the cycle centre. You can rent bikes, you can rent mobility scooters, which I've done for my nan. You can see that in my day one vlog of Center Parcs. You can also rent little mini, like push along bikes for kids. You can buy padlocks for your bike if you brought your own bike, etc. There's so much in there that you can do, but that is where you'll come to pick them up. And right there is your cycle returns when you're finished. Up there, like I was saying, is the activity centre. That road up there with the hill, excuse me, that is the main drive to the majority of the lodges, and also left here is to some more lodges. So instead of heading back that way, which is towards the plaza and the car park, we're going to cross over, walk straight up this path, and this path goes up and over that hill where this road goes to, and leads you to Village Square. So that's where we're going to start. At the bottom of this path there is a poster. Left is where we're going, Village Square. The cycle centre is what I just showed you, and the outdoor activity centre is right there. It shows you exactly where it is on the map. You get a map when you check in along with your wristband. You can do segwaying and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But we are heading towards Village Square, and I've made it to the other side. And when you're driving, this is the crossroads you're going to come to. You can't go right and you can't go straight on unless you're a delivery guy. So you're going to head towards Maple. Now that is where our lodge is. And if you do go down this road right here, that takes you towards the plaza and the massive lake. On the left here are the massive lodges. They have the games rooms and the saunas. And if you see that red phone box in the distance, that is where we're going to pop out once we've gone through Village Square, which is right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go round the back of Village Square. We're going to walk through, I'll show you everything there, and then head on out towards the plaza. There are many of these areas in Center Parcs, These are like your bike car parks. So when you do hire a bike or bring your own, you can bike around Center Parcs, lock it up here, and then get on foot to wherever you're going. We're at the back of Village Square, and I thought I'd just come halfway up this path because up there and up them steps is towards your lodges. Now, if we was to come to Village Square from our lodge, we would come down here, but I come up here because you get a nice little view of, there's like a little go-kart track there, and behind these trees where the mushrooms are, that is like a little hoverboard, I think it is, hoverboard course. Now, we saw someone yesterday doing this, and they were weaving in and out of cones and all sorts. They had some proper skills. But yeah, it's more for kids than adults. That's a little go-kart area. That's the little hoverboard area. And as we walk down here back towards the rear entrance of Village Square, it is also a massive kids play area. So I've walked down, and to the left is this massive kids play area. Look at the size of it. All sorts going on there. Loads of room, loads of stuff to do, a lot of fun, and a place to dump your kids if you want a bit of peace. And the other side of the path is a nice sign here that says welcome to Village Square, and it tells you everything that is here. Got a few restaurants. This is where your swimming pool and slides are, bowling, etc, etc. So we're going to go and explore all that. But I do like that as soon as you walk in, you have a sign and it tells you what's here, so there's no confusion. Another place to park your bikes, and I thought I'd give you a closer look at the hoverboarding course and also the little pedal go-karting course just over there. This is where you'll walk in. I'm just about to walk out. Thank you for your visit. But if I spin you around, the track. What an original name. Like I was saying, there are maps everywhere, and we are right there at the start of Village Square. My lodge is over here. We are 770. So round the back, all them roads are the lodges. There's the car park that we started at. We walked along that yellow path here, and then round the back of Village Square. And also below, it tells you where everything is in the whole of Center Parcs. Cool little private seating area there. Again, another sign. We're gonna walk around the back here. That restaurant right there is Huck's, which is the American Bar and Grill. And we're gonna walk up here towards the Entertainment Hive. Now, the Entertainment Hive is new to me and it's taken over a few shops that used to be here, but this is what it offers. It's got interactive shuffle, interactive darts, and putt-fi, which is like an indoor mini golf. That would be cool to do on my little trip here, but let's go around here and show you where the entrance is. We are at the elevated part of Village Square, so what we're gonna do is walk along, show you the entrance. There's a couple of restaurants up here, I think. Walk down the steps and show you what's down below. But over here is Huck's American Bar and Grill. That is the entrance. Up there is the bowling. We'll walk up there in a minute, but I don't think it's open yet. A few things down there, guest services and a few shops, but yeah, we'll show you where the entrance is here first, and then we'll head on down there. The Entertainment Hive, that is the entrance right there. It's definitely not open right now, but you can go on the app and book your activities. What day are we on? Sunday, 9:30 a.m. till 11 p.m. Good hours, to be fair. And just here is an Italian restaurant. I've eaten in there before. Very, very nice, highly recommend. And you can sit out on the balcony with some views. Give you a quick look at the menu. Again, you can find all that on the app, but we're gonna walk down this staircase and show you what's down here. So we're gonna head towards Leisure Bowl, and what you can find in there is 10-pin bowling, house of games, soft play area, bar and disco, and immersive game box, which again is new to me, the game box. There's the entrance to Huck's. Let's walk up here to Leisure Bowl. I do love this. I love all the pins along the wall. I don't think it's gonna be open, but this is the main bowling alley. There is another one over at the plaza, which is a lot smaller. There's a little arcade, soft play. It's a good vibe in here, to be fair. Nah, we're not getting in there, are we? It's all shut. Lights are off, nobody's home. But just round to the left is the arcade. I can see the game box just there and the bowling alleys at the back. So let's head on back down. Walking on through, I don't know if you can hear, but you can hear a stream that goes all the way through Village Square. Very nice, very calming, very chilled. There's guest services if you have any problems. Information like massive iPad screen, so you don't have to queue to get into guest services. Right here is a huge Starbucks. They're getting ready to welcome people in, get their caffeine to look after their kids all day. Right here are a couple of shops, just kids. That is quite expensive, parents, so try and avoid that one. And next door is the storeroom, which is more for the adults. Both very nice shops, but quite pricey. Just here you have Cafe Rouge, which can get quite lively at night, to be fair. And opposite that is the subtropical swimming paradise. This is where your swimming pool is. This is where your slides are. This is where the rapids are. I don't think I can go in. Not sure it's open just yet. And there's also I can go in, perfect. There's also a swimming shop right there and a sweet shop right there. You got your buggy park, and then opposite that is the entrance to the swimming pool and the changing rooms. Opening times 10 till 9 daily. I'm very early, hence why no one is here. But we're gonna head on back out and walk towards the plaza. But there's your treat shop, plenty of sweets and ice creams and stuff in there. And again, there is your swimming shop, trunks and stuff. I forgot mine, so I might have to go in there if I get a chance to go swimming. This beautiful building right here is the back of your swimming pool area. So inside are your slides, the wave pool, your kids area, etc. And right here, just outside, this white section is a part of the rapids. That starts inside and it ends inside, but it does come outside. And when it's cold outside and hot in the rapids, you can see the steam coming off it. It's pretty cool. And that is my favorite part of this swimming pool, 100%. We were down there before we went round the back of Village Square. However, we're gonna cross this zebra crossing right here to the other side. And there's the famous red telephone box. And here are these massive mansion lodges I was talking about. These are the ones with the games rooms and the saunas. They're massive, 2-story, beautiful things. And right here, Woburn Forest 2025 photo op. And if you have no cameraman and don't want to hold it, there is this box, selfie point. Place your phone in the cradle. Please ensure it's secure. Set your phone on a timer and away you go. Run over to here. Get ready for the photo. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, we've already done it and it does work, which is good to know. But we're now gonna walk down here past all these lodges. I really wanna go in these lodges. However, they are not dog friendly and we like to bring my dog, so we can't actually go in there. However, one day, but they are very expensive, well over $1,000 for a weekend and a week. But down here now, we're gonna come to the massive lake and the plaza area. Another map so you can keep track of where you are. And we're right here by this huge lake, which you can do activities on. We'll get to that when we walk around there. There is a massive hill where plenty of runners are this morning. That is up towards my lodge and Maple. That is the road you'll go up when you get here. But let's head around here to the plaza. There's all sorts in here. Now, I don't think you can take dogs in here, but there are plenty of activities. So we're gonna go and explore them all. The plaza has a huge little bike parking spot. So you can lock your bikes up so you can go indoors. But we're gonna start at the back. This is the path we were at right at the start that takes you up towards the car park and the cycle center. So if you walk down, this is where it brings you, right in to where you park your bikes. And just to the left is a play area. But if we go up here, this is where the sports cafe and the sports bar is. There's plenty of pool tables. There's obviously a bar, plenty of big screens to watch the sport. There's also a soft play area and a small bowling alley. I'm not sure if we can go in there just yet. But right at the back there, hidden away, is the park market. Honestly, such a rip-off. Make sure you bring your own food and stuff as much as you can, because you don't want to get ripped off. Let's head on in to the sports bar. There's your huge screen. There are many pool tables, American pool tables and English pool tables. You hire them just over there at the desk. There's your bar. There's your soft play area. And we're gonna head on through here and just look at the bowling area. There's your bowling alley. There are only 6 lanes at this one, so it's a lot smaller than the other one. And here is your little arcade area. So many lights going on, so many noises. Not what I need first thing in the morning. So we're gonna head on out, back through the sports bar and towards where all the activities are. Taking a seat for a little rest. And as you can see, there are 3 screens, 1 massive one and 2 either side, all playing something different, which is good. Arsenal beat Man City is on tonight, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get down here or not. But we'll see. I think it's like a 4 o'clock kickoff. But yeah, this place will be packed later on. It gets very busy at night. So I'm at the main plaza entrance, and there's a shop there called Jules Refresh, which is like ice creams and stuff. You got your Starbucks there, which is an indoor bit, and there is also an outdoor bit. If you head right, this is towards the hotel. Now there is a lift, and there's also stairs, but also upstairs is Las Iguanas and another restaurant which I'm not gonna try and pronounce, which also have balconies which look over Center Parcs, so that's cool. Here is your sports cafe, which I just walked out of. Booking point is where you book everything, hire out the snooker balls and stuff like that. And then this is your massive indoor area they are setting up for today. I'm not sure what they're setting up there. It looks like a little football pitch. You got tennis. You have foot golf, which I played my brother at many times and beat him. So I should, that's what I did for a living. But yeah, you've got rock walls up there. You've all sorts of climbing frames. People are playing badminton already over there. If I turn around, there's plenty for younger kids. You've got craft room 2 and craft room 1, which is over here, I'd imagine. Activity den, teddy bear making, pottery painting. So there's loads for the little kids. And if I walk round, like I say, there's plenty of badminton courts. 1, 2, 3 here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I see 11 badminton courts, so there's plenty there. Like there's craft room 1. Get my words out in a minute, won't I? So much room here. So much room for activities, man. You got sports zone, which is like an indoor pool. Oh, that's quite cool. Let's walk around here, see what we can find. Oh, that's sick. Interactive squash courts. People are trying to wear their kids out already. It's like 8 a.m. You have table tennis tables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So there's loads of table tennis tables. Again, plenty of badminton courts. I've played badminton and I was blowing. I didn't realise how hard it was. You got the fitness studio, which they put on loads of classes. There it is. No one in there. And just down here is the gym, which for me is a bit of a rip-off. You can buy a daily pass, or I think an hourly pass, or a weekly pass, or a trip pass. Right next to the gym is the Aquasana Forest Spa. I'm not going to go in there because it's shut. It's all shuttered up, as you can see. But if I spin you around, I'll give you another look at the indoor area. It's huge. So much room for activities, man. If you know that film, then please comment below. But yeah, I had to say it. There's so much to do. A sport for everyone. I'm not sure if you can bring dogs in here, so if you do have a dog, please be aware of that. I've got my dog with me this trip, so I haven't really been in here yet. One thing before I leave, I didn't know this, but where the table tennis tables are, there are changing rooms. So when you are all hot and sweaty, you can go get changed in there. I'm not sure if there's showers. As I walk out the plaza area, right up there are the 2 restaurants I was talking about that you can get to from the lifts. And like I said, there is an outdoor area, I think, for both to sit, have your food, and take in the views. More of a summer thing, obviously. There's your Starbucks, all the dads are getting their Starbucks in. So as I leave, I'm gonna spin you round so you got an idea of where we are. There's the outdoor entrance to Starbucks. And there is the plaza. That's where we walked in, just down there. And we're gonna walk down now. I love this. I love the scenery. That little river as such is normally flowing all the way down here. This is the massive lake, and we're going to turn left and take you towards the outdoor activities and the beach area. I love this little walk from the plaza to the waterfront. You got the lake on your right. Loads of ducks this morning, all very vocal. But like I said earlier, you can do activities on the lake. I'll show you them when we get to them. To my left, you can see some of the outdoor mini golf. Me and my mum played that yesterday, I believe. Yeah, yesterday. There will be a separate video going up on that mini golf course, so that'll be fun. It was a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, so make sure you watch that. Across this bridge, when we get to it, I'll walk across it halfway so you can have a look at the golf course, because it does go over it towards Oak. All other destinations, and the waterfront is obviously just there. Across this bridge is the Aquasana, which you can get to from outside. So let's walk across. As I walk over this bridge towards the Aquasana, you can see the mini golf is either side. So we'll start this side. Where that lady down there is blowing all the leaves, that is hole 1. That's where you start. You come over here and then you go under the bridge to do hole 6, which is right here, 7 and 8. And then you go back. And there is hole 9 to finish off. So it is a 9-hole mini golf course. As I walk across here, you can get into the Aquasana like the sign said. This is like your outdoor entrance. The indoor entrance is in the main plaza area. But here, just to the left, is the hotel. Now, I've never stayed in the hotel. I would like to, but I love the idea of a lodge at Center Parcs. But I'm going to go over here because there is an outdoor section of the sauna, which I might be able to show you. But above there are like, again, hotel rooms, but these are for the sauna, I believe. So you can do like a one-night stay sauna escape as such. I'm not sure how much you can see, but there is some lounges out there, and just through there is the outdoor heated pool. Again, not sure how much you can see. It's meant to be private. It's not meant to be for people like me to see in, but I thought I'd show you that. And what we're going to do now is head back over the bridge and round towards the Pancake House, because that is one of the main areas, especially for children when the weather's nice, to get outside, because there is a beach there. So that's what we're going to do. I hope you guys are managing to follow along. I hope I've explained things right. I've waffled a lot, so I hope you guys are keeping tabs of where we are and where we're going. But like I say, we're going to go back across this bridge, chuck a left, and walk round to the waterfront. Welcome to the waterfront. Action Challenge, Pancake House, Boat House, Adventure Golf, Waterfront Kiosk, and Rangers Lodge. Again, well signposted. You can't get lost. You know where everything is here. They're just getting the boats and the pedalos ready for everyone today. I think there's electric ones and there are manual ones that you can do with your feet. Here's the beach, which my man right there is raking or brushing to make it look nice. Again, another village map, and this is the entrance to Adventure Golf. If we come around here, there's a little waterfront kiosk, which is like basically like a little cafe. You've got a refill station, the boat house, that's where you pick up your golf clubs for mini golf. The Pancake House, obviously not open yet. I'm not sure if you can have breakfast there actually. So there's the opening times for the Pancake House. It actually opens at 8:30, which is about now. Hence why the door's just open, but I can't be eating none of that. Eggs for me. Just for reference where I am right now, that is where we've come from, and that is where I'm gonna head. However, if I spin round and have a little cheeky detour, I'm not sure if you're meant to walk down here or if you're allowed to walk down here. There's not a lot down here apart from massive, massive lodges. Now these are the ultimate ones. These are like 4, 5, 6 grand a week or a weekend. You can see cars are parked. These are the only lodges where you are allowed your car outside your lodge. But I'll show you these are impressive. I've come down to the bottom one, and as you can see, these things are absolutely massive. There are only 3 of them. They are just huge. They are literally on stilts. They're not on the floor, if that makes sense. They have separate outdoor like saunas. I think there's a hot tub. Obviously there's probably a games room in there. There's many rooms. There's the second one. It's like an upstairs. There's outdoor buildings for other rooms, I believe, other bedrooms. Like here is one entrance to a separate building to the others. I have no idea what's going on. I can't afford these things. I haven't looked into them much. But yeah, there's only 3 of them. They're hella expensive. But opposite, my man's up there just testing it all out, is the aerial adventure. I've done this before on my channel, so please check that out. It's a lot of fun. There is a massive zip line or zip wire across the lake at the end. It is a lot of fun. Great adrenaline rush if you're into that. But yeah, look at them. That's so impressive. We're going to walk back up, show you the zip line, head across to my secret place. I've left that till the end. Not many people know about that. Another little parking area for your bikes. Right there is the drop, which is literally what it says on the tin. You start at the top and you fall into this massive inflated like beanbag. That again looks a lot of fun. I haven't done that before. It's quite expensive, I think, for what it is. However, behind that, I'm not sure if you can make it out, is the zip wire that goes all the way across the lake over to them like white bag areas. That is where you'll finish, get off and then walk back across. Where these people are is the Action Challenge entrance. I believe there are more activities to do than just the drop and the aerial adventure, but that's what these guys are waiting for. But yeah, that is where you do all that. So I've walked past the Action Challenge area. That is where those people are right there. But I've spun you around. Look at this view. The sun is rising. It's shining off that lake. It's beautiful. However, we are going to head up there soon. But this is my little secret. People think this walkway is just for the zip wire where you come off and then walk back the way I've just come towards the action area to finish off. However, it's not. No guest access. That is where the zip wire obviously ends. They're the big bags I was talking about that you fly into. But if you carry on walking down here, there is my personal little secret area. So we've walked past the end of the zip wire. We followed the path round and this is where it comes to. If you go straight on, that does take you to the other side of the lake. You know where those guys were running up the hill or down the hill? That is where it takes you. So you can get in from the other side, but we're gonna chuck a right now. And this little spot, I discovered it last time I was here. I had no idea how I discovered it. I think I just saw the path at the other side and thought, yeah, why not? Let's go have a look. But there's a nice little photo up here. You got the family tree. So you can bring your family down here, have a little photo. There are a few benches. That dog creeps me out. I keep thinking it's real. Fox, whatever it may be. I think it's a dog. There's a little picnic bench so you can have some food. A few benches which overlook the lake. Now, when I was last here, these trees were cut down so you had a much better view. Let me try and get a better angle. There's the beach just over there. There's the lake. So when these trees are lower, obviously it's a much nicer view, but it's so peaceful here. Not many people know about it. You got some nuts here for the birds and squirrels turn up. I think we see a pheasant here yesterday when we come down here. Yeah, great spot to have some lunch in the sun. Great views, but I need to head on back the way we come and then back up towards my lodge. As I'm walking back past the end of the zip wire, I thought I'd give you this angle of the zip wire. It is a much better view. That is where you start, right up there, and you come flying down over the lake and straight into those white beanbag type things. There will be workers there that catch you pretty much and reel you in, but it's so much fun. Jump off, walk down here and walk back round. This is what I was talking about earlier over by the plaza and village square. There's another stream. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but it sounds so relaxing. There are some benches up there so you can just sit, close your eyes, take it all in. It is very nice. It comes all the way down from the top of that path straight into the lake. Never even realized that. It's a nice little picnic area. Again, with a beautiful view. Imagine coming down here during the day, sun shining, people having fun, people flying by on the zip wire. That'd be cool. But here's that stream. and this path takes me up towards the lodge. So this is like a little shortcut to the waterfront from the lodges, so you don't have to go down that massive hill, walk along the lake by the plaza and then to the waterfront. So yeah, it's a very nice walk. In fact, this is new. I'm gonna walk up here. It goes to the same place, but it's more of like a get in the nature, little nature walk. It's not very long, but again, very chilled. And I love Center Parcs because the trees literally enclose you. You feel like you're in the middle of the forest, which you are, but it's so good. I don't know how to explain Center Parcs. People always ask me, what's so good about it? I find it a very difficult place to explain and why it is so good, but it is so good. And also, coming here really makes me want to have kids and bring a family here because there's so much to do. Everyone's having fun and there are memories to be made. This is the path I've just walked up and it brings you out right here, right by lodge number 763. And again, there's a signpost there called the waterfront. The one thing I forgot to mention, and it is on my other vlogs, there are areas for dogs to go to and be let off their lead. Otherwise, they have to be on their lead wherever you go around Center Parcs. And that is going to be the end of the tour, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it and was able to follow along. What I would say is I highly recommend going out in the mornings and having a walk or a run because it is beautiful. You hear the nature and also it's very quiet, the calm before the storm. So if you did enjoy this tour, then please drop a like. If you have any questions or comments about Woburn Center Parcs, then please drop them down below and I'll see you guys in the next one.